Hi, I'm Mike Micalizzi, coming to you from the Custom Technical University with our latest Customs Top 5. As the ceramic and stone industry changes and evolves, so too have the installation products. Setting materials, in particularly mortars, they've been developed to specifically handle large format tile, thin tile, and even glass tile over the past few years. Grout has had a similar progression to mortars, but instead of being developed for a specific application, these products have been developed to offer different attributes and different features. In this edition of Customs Top 5, we're going to explore the top 5 mistakes made when selecting grout. Let's begin by stating a commonly overlooked fact that not all grout is created equal. While this seems pretty obvious, you'd be surprised how often a standard cement grout is specified or used on every type of project, regardless of the application and site conditions. In many situations, different types of grout should be considered. So let's take a look at the most common mistakes that are made when selecting grout. Mistake number 1, selecting grout based solely on price. By far, this is the most common mistake within our industry. Whether it's a project that requires bidding or not, going with the lowest price grout would cost you more in the long run than using a product more suitable for the project. Let's assume the project calls for a cement grout, and you have a choice between an ANSI 118.6 standard performance grout or a 118.7 high performance grout. Regarding costs, the average 118.6 grout goes for about $14 for a 25-pound bag. An ANSI 118.7 in comparison goes for about $26 a bag. Seems like a big cost difference, doesn't it? But let's break this down. On a 1,000 square foot installation using an 18 by 18 inch tile, 3/16 inch grout joint, you'll need 3 bags of grout. The grout cost works out to be about $1.50 per square foot for standard grout and about 2.5 cents per square foot for a high performance grout. A total difference of $36. For $36, you get a color consistent grout joint with no efflorescence and no callback. How much is that worth? One large contractor estimated an annual savings of over $250,000 on his projects, and he has a lot less headaches. Mistake number 2, not considering the cost of maintenance. It's always important to take into consideration how the area being grouted will be used and what expectations your owners have before you select the right grout for the job. For example, a traditional residential kitchen is going to be exposed to a number of staining opportunities and on a daily basis. Many commercial projects even more so. A standard cement grout requires a sealer to be applied to help prevent staining, and that sealer will have to be reapplied over the life of the installation. The cost, labor, and inconvenience, it adds up very quickly. In these conditions, using a stain-resistant grout like Fusion Pro's single-component grout easily pays for itself. Commercial kitchens require stain resistance, but they also require high chemical resistance due to the exposure of heavy-duty cleaning agents on the floor. In this application, an ANSI A118.3 epoxy grout would most likely be specified. Unfortunately, in cases where a spec was not written, we've seen all types of grouts installed. CEG Light 100% solids epoxy grout would be our recommendation for this type of application. It meets the needs for stain resistance along with high chemical resistance. Now I know what you're thinking. They won't want to pay extra for these types of grouts. Well, the easiest way to help your customer make the right choice is to ask them, do you want the grout that stains, or do you want the grout that doesn't stain? Mistake number 3, not considering the environment during and after the installation and how it may affect your grout. On every project, your environment has to be considered. Is the project interior or is it exterior? Is it in a dry, sunny, windy, or cool condition? Will the grout be subjected to constant or intermittent moisture, to water, to immersion? Once you know the answer to these questions, then you'll be able to select the proper grout to use. During installations, precautions will have to be taken for success. Heat and cold can affect drying times and cause cleanup or grout strength issues. Some grouts have a tendency to be sensitive to water or to freeze-thaw and should not be used in exterior applications. Some do not do well in submerged applications or in high moisture vapor conditions. Others may require extended cure time before any contact with water, for example in a shower or a tub surround, to ensure a successful installation. Many ANSI 118.3 epoxy grouts will permanently yellow with long-term exposure to UV light in exterior conditions. Propane heating can also yellow epoxy grouts. So always be sure to read the product data sheet carefully before you select your grout. Mistake number 4, not taking into account what kind of tile will be used. A large variety of tiles are available today. There's stone, metal, glass, terrazzo, or polished porcelains. They can be tricky when installing grout. With some of the glass tiles and softer stones, it's typically required to use a non-sanded cement-based grout, not only for the narrow joints, but also to avoid scratches. With new technology, products like Fusion Pro, CEG Light, and Prism may be used due to their unique formulations. But always, always perform a mock-up to ensure your results. Mistake number 5, not considering grout as a contributor to a LEED project. As more and more specifications are insisting on LEED certification, your choice of grout can promote the use of tile and stone on these projects. Most grouts do not have recycled content and thus don't contribute to the certification. Don't overlook the custom Emerald system and the 2 grout products, Prism, meaning ANSI 118.7, and CEG Light, meaning ANSI 118.3. The Emerald system is a complete system of environmentally responsible products which ensure agency compliance. They give you an extended system warranty and greenhouse gas reduction through the issue of carbon offset credits. So don't make a mistake, specify a sustainable grout. We hope that considering these top 5 mistakes when selecting grout will help to better prepare you for your next project. For more information on your tile and stone installation needs, please visit our website at custombuildingproducts.com. See you on our next Customs Top 5.